Hello and welcome to Talk FCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys, for another video. Now before we get on with this transfer video full of updates from the day's news and obviously our pursuit of Philippe Coutinho, I do want to wish every single one of you a very, very happy new year, and I wish you all the very best for 2018. Hopefully it can be a really prosperous year for Barcelona. Hopefully this time next year we'll be celebrating some trophies, a really successful year under Valverde, and hopefully as well, with the World Cup in mind, maybe Messi might get his hands on that World Cup trophy. But a lot of that to come, of course, a lot more to come in the season. Thank you all for your incredible support, and I hope to see you all back here in 2018. But Happy New Year and all the best. But on we go with today's video, and obviously tomorrow, or pretty much when the clock strikes 12 o'clock tonight, the transfer window will be officially open from the 1st of January till the end of the month. A much shorter window than in the summer, which pressures clubs even more to get their business done. And obviously from the get-go we are targeting Philippe Coutinho. Now I'm going to go back to that report that I brought you last night from the Nike website. Now I just want to clarify a lot of people saying about my pronunciation of Nike and Nike. I know it's very different in the United States, but I should explain, a lot of people, well, most of us here in the UK pronounce it Nike, and a lot of Europe do as well. I know that obviously the right way is Nike, but that's just the way that we were all brought up. Anyway, that Nike report basically came out. We all saw the advert. The name was Coutinho. It was clearly there. Get your Coutinho shirt now. And that was on their official website right across the world. Every single nation, Spain, Germany, France, everywhere had it. Now, they deleted all those about an hour and a half after they posted it. They tried to get rid of it quite quickly, but they didn't do it that quickly. And since then, I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans sort of believing that Barcelona were secretly behind this and were trying to tap up Coutinho, and this was all our own doing. We pressured Nike into putting this out on their website to put even more pressure on the player and the club and making Liverpool sell. What I would say about that is extremely naive, and I cannot believe, even with the powers that are in charge of Barcelona, I don't really see us doing that. I don't see us bullying Nike around, forcing them to really put their name out there in a bad light. That wouldn't happen. We are not behind this. It's somebody that's either got on Nike's website or a big mistake from somebody in the Nike network, so I just don't think we're behind it. I think Liverpool fans saying that we're behind it is a bit naive, to be honest. But Sky Sports, there's been a lot of newspapers have all written to Nike. They've all asked them for a response. As of yet, Nike have said absolutely nothing, and they will not comment on the advert that was put on their site right now. So that's basically the update on the whole Nike situation after everything came out last night. But on Coutinho, there have been several more reports right throughout the day today. I'm basically going to go back to Marcelo Becchler. I spoke about him yesterday, the guy who broke the Neymar deal, particularly reliable when it comes to Brazilian players and also Barcelona, and he's been talking a lot about Coutinho to Barca, and he really believes those first few days of January are going to be really, really crucial in the signing of Coutinho. He basically said on Twitter, tomorrow the transfer market will open, an official proposal from Barcelona to Liverpool will be made. We will make an offer in the opening 1 or 2 days of the transfer window, and it basically says here that Barcelona will expect a response from Liverpool's American owners within 1 or 2 days. They are not going to wait forever for this deal to happen. They want to know whether it's possible very quickly, and that's what I spoke about in my last video. I really hope that we learned our lessons, that we were going to do things as quickly as possible, and according to Marcelo Becchler, that is going to happen. From the very start, we're going to be on their case trying to get Coutinho. He was then asked a question by one of his followers, what percentage of chance do you believe that Coutinho will sign for Barca? And he replied with 66%. He believes that Coutinho is 66% likely to sign for Barca. He said 33% to sign in January, and also 33% possibly to then sign in the summer. So he believes that Coutinho is likely to sign for Barca. Whether it'll be in January though, he could not confirm that, but he does say that in the first 3 days of January he believes something big will happen. Then I would move on to Guillaume Balaguer, who currently in the employment of Sky Sports here in the UK. Now he is somebody that does get a bit of hit and miss. You know, some transfers he'll get spot on, some transfers he will get massively wide of the mark. So what I would say about this is take it really as a pinch of salt, but I just want to let you know what he's put out there. He basically said that he believes there has been no contact as of yet between Barca and Liverpool. Any contact made will happen once the January transfer window opens. He does say also, there was a few reports saying that basically Barca and Liverpool already agreed a deal to sell in the summer and it would then go through in January. Guillaume Balaguer believes that is not the case. There is no agreement between Barca and Liverpool as of yet, and it also also goes on to say that basically Barca want Griezmann and Coutinho, but Guillem does not believe that Barcelona have the money to pay for both. He says they will need to sell around 8 players between now and the summer to reduce our enormous wage bill. Over 80% of our income is spent on wages, and he believes that in order to get those 2 players, which we do want both of them, it would take a lot of players to be leaving the club in order to afford these transfers. Griezmann is going to be 100 million euros, Coutinho 150 million. That is going to be the fee to bring him to the club. And I'm also going to bring you Mundo Deportivo's report on the Coutinho situation. A new report came out for them, obviously Daily Sport and Mundo Deportivo both getting on board with the whole Coutinho thing. They love to write about it. They love to cook up stories. Once again, they're a bit hit and miss. Some you might get, some you might not. They basically say the Barcelona board have maintained daily contact with Liverpool, so a completely different spin on the story. Mundo Deportivo believe that we have indeed contacted Liverpool, and it says here that he is most likely to sign after Liverpool's Merseyside derby against Everton on the 5th of January. After the 5th of January, that could be his last Liverpool game, according to Mundo Deportivo, and they were the ones who said an agreement was reached last summer to sell Coutinho in January. Whether or not that is true, we're going to have to wait and see. And I'm also going to bring you a report from the Liverpool Echo, particularly James Pearce, who is the Liverpool reporter there, and he is usually very reliable when it comes to Liverpool news. He was very much right with a lot of things that he said in the summer about Liverpool, and also coming up on Virgil van Dijk, who Liverpool have now signed. He has said that he himself wrote to Nike asking for a response on that advert. Nothing as of yet has been come back to him from Nike on that, and he said, for what it's worth, I would be amazed if a deal was done to sell Coutinho in January to Barcelona. So very much contrasting opinions right throughout the board. You've got Marcelo Becela in Brazil, likes to comment on Barcelona, broke the Neymar deal. He believes the start of January is going to be pivotal. He believes there's a 66% chance we'll sign Coutinho at some point. Guillem Balaguer, Sky Sports in the UK, they believe that nothing has happened right now. No contact between the two clubs has taken place. James Pearce from the Liverpool Echo believes that a deal would be extremely unlikely in January for Coutinho, and Mundo Deportivo believe that on January the 5th he could play his last game for Liverpool, and Coutinho potentially could be on his way to Barcelona. MD also reported yesterday that Coutinho and his agents were currently looking for a house in Barcelona ahead of a possible transfer. So right now, I will always say it, anything could happen, and that is the transfer window for you. It's not a question of being wrong or right sometimes. It's simply trying to look at the news and dissect it and try and understand what exactly is around the truth, because in the transfer window, everything can change from day to day. I think the most important thing for us is knowing exactly what we want. If we really want Coutinho, we need to understand how much we're going to bid. If we bid 150 million euros and it gets rejected, I would have to walk away from that. I wouldn't go any higher. I think even that is an awful lot of money. But if we really want him, go and pay the money, get an answer from Liverpool as soon as you possibly can. If you get him, fantastic. If you don't, then you've got to look at other targets. We need to go into this transfer window with a clear idea, with a clear plan, and avoid the mistakes that we so desperately made in the summer transfer window. And one final report that I am going to bring you, this is actually not relating to Coutinho, but Leon Goretzka, and that was a report that came out from Germany today, and particularly Sports Bild, which was then taken on by Marca. Schalke's Leon Goretzka will sign a pre-contract agreement with Bayern Munich in the next few days ahead of a free transfer that will take place in the summer of 2018. Now, we've spoken a lot in the past about Goretzka, a player that Barcelona will be following and have been following. He will be a free transfer come the summer when his contract expires, and according to Sports Bild, Bayern Munich have won that race. They will sign him, and he will sign that pre-contract agreement in the next few days. However, there are two very contrasting reports in Germany. There's Bild and there's Sports Bild, two completely different outlets for news. Bild believe that he's going to be on his way to Liverpool. They believe that he's chosen to go to Anfield, potentially as a Philippe Coutinho replacement. Not in terms of the like for like, they're slightly different players in the way they play in midfield, but he could be going to Liverpool if then Coutinho leaves. Everything is sewn up, and of course Liverpool have got Naby Keita coming in next summer as well. So Sports Bild believe that he's on his way to Bayern, and Bild believe that he's on his way to to Liverpool next summer as a free transfer. As of right now, though, nothing confirmed, nothing in the way of Barcelona going for Goreski, and he is expected to officially announce his decision by the end of January. So we're going to have to wait and see on Goreski, we're going to have to wait and see on Coutinho. A lot of things are going to be happening in January, and I will be doing my very best to keep you guys updated at all times. If anything happens, I will let you know. And as it's Barcelona, I am absolutely sure that it's going to be one heck of a bumpy ride, but we'll be here all the way through. Let's see what happens, let's see who we sign, and most importantly as well, let's see who we end up selling in this January transfer window. I will see you very shortly indeed, guys. Please do leave your thoughts down below on Coutinho and also on Goreski as well. Do you see us signing Coutinho in January, or do you think maybe it'll be the summer? I think right now, if we pay the money, it's kind of inevitable. It's either going to be in January or maybe in the summer, but Coutinho wants to go. Liverpool in the end, I think, will be forced into selling if we pay the right fee. It's going to be a huge, huge fee, but will he be worth the money? That's the big question. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. I will see you very shortly indeed with more videos, but until then, as always, Vesca El Barça. Barça, Barça, Barça.